Welcome into a special edition of Maverick Insider Road to the Championships. I'm Rob Clark, joined alongside Haley McCormick as we take a look back at Minnesota State's journey to becoming just the second Division II school in history to have both the men's and women's basketball programs win national titles in the same season.
There's plenty of great moments to recall, but let's go all the way back to last year. The women's basketball team won one game in the NCAA tournament before dropping a matchup to NSIC rival Minnesota Duluth. The Bulldogs went on to finish as the runner-up in the nation that year, and MSU came into this season with the #2 ranking in the preseason national poll.
Some injuries hurt the team early on, contributing to MSU dropping 4 of its first 6 contests to open up this season. It certainly wasn't the start the Mavericks intended, but the team knew it was only a matter of time before MSU got back on track.
Our record, we have to take that in stride because, you know, the teams that we had close contests with early in the season are ranked opponents, you know, and we certainly could be sitting here potentially undefeated at this point, playing teams that don't help our strength of schedule and aren't able to capitalize and help us learn a lot about the team that we want to be. So, you know, obviously we would love to be undefeated, but I'm not overly caught up in what the record says. I think we've learned so much as a basketball team about, you know, who we want to be and what great teams are going to expose within our defense and those kind of things. And because of that, we've taken huge strides to be where we're at, you know, early in December and have learned about how important consistency is.
MSU led the nation in steals a year ago, and once again the Mavericks' potent defense is the driving force behind the team's success on both ends of the floor. The best way to play that aggressive style for a full 40 minutes is to have a bench full of talent as well. Former Mankato East star Mackenzie Schweim picked up 51 steals this year and averaged almost 18 minutes per game as a sophomore coming off the bench. Here's what Schweim had to say earlier in the season after playing some impactful minutes for the group.
I just think, like, you know, being on the bench, like, with an injury and just, like, observing helped a lot. But then, like, obviously, like, our defense and stuff, like, just actually playing and, like, being in it has just helped me so much more, too.
This team is really finding their stride as of late. What's working for the Mavericks?
Yeah, well, I just think our chemistry and our culture has just, we're really jiving together. And, like, obviously, everything stems from our defense. So just, like, getting our transition going and then playing off of each other is super fun.
Watching practice, those little details, it seems like this team is really honed in on them. How big of a difference does it make on those Fridays and Saturdays?
Oh, it's a huge difference. Like, we try to focus on the little things so that it creates, like, the big opportunities.
It certainly does create big opportunities, usually contributing to some of those lopsided scores in favor of the Mavericks. While the women's program came into this season fresh off a couple of NCAA tournament appearances, the men, on the other hand, struggled in the 2022-2023 campaign with just a 17-12 record overall. The team flipped the script this season with just 2 losses, utilizing a number of new faces through the transfer portal to help put Minnesota State over the hump, including 3 transfers from Truman State and Justin Egan's, a familiar foe from Wayne State, who shot over 40% from the 3-point range this season.
I like the confidence that the coaching staff showed to the players and the way they played, and this place being this arena, the school. So I chose that. That was one of the reasons I chose to come here.
And then what about your game mesh as well with how they run the offense and things here? Because it doesn't look like you just transferred in your first year. You know, it looks like you're really meshing well. You're scoring lots of points. So how does that work for you?
Just when I came in, guys were on the same page about just all about winning and being about the team and playing the way I play, being able to shoot and all that. So I felt like it was a great fit for me to come here.
And you're scoring in double digits almost every single game. What are you doing to give yourself those opportunities to get open, to give you those open looks to score?
Just knowing that, just playing within myself and trusting the work that I put in the gym, and just having confidence that teammates are looking for me and just being confident in the shots that I'm getting.
And since you came from an NSIC school, did that help when you transferred here to kind of be familiar with the other teams in the conference at all?
Yeah, we've always had some great matchups when we played Mankato, so it's pretty used to the league. I've been in the league for 3 years now, so it was pretty smooth transition as far as that.
And you got some clutch shots in your first year here. What do you love about being able to have the ball in those, you know, crunch time moments like that?
Just there's more than one guy that might not be my night one night. It's going to be somebody else's because we have a lot of talented guys that play here. So, and just being ready for the moment and just not shying away from it.
The men's program took off by averaging 85 points per game this season, and the team navigated a difficult regular season schedule with its first loss not coming until January 19th.
The Mavericks would lose just one more game the entire year. The campaign didn't come without its close calls, and in those tight matchups, MSU shined most with its back against the wall.
We work on in-the-game situations all the time in practice, but our guys have done a great job of, again, staying together. I say that all the time, but they really haven't. And we've had adversity. You want to have some adversity throughout the year, and you want to learn when you're still winning basketball games. You know, sometimes coaches always say, like, you need to take a loss to learn from that loss. I would rather take a win and learn from that win, and that's what we're doing right now.
Plenty of wins to learn from this year for the Mavericks. Impactful players are key, and each program features a couple of local stars paving the way to the title.
Coming up after the break, we'll go back in time to showcase where it all began for a couple of the Mavericks.
Welcome back into a special edition of Maverick Insider Road to the Championships. Minnesota State became the first school since Central Missouri in 1984 to have both men's and women's basketball programs win national titles in the same season.
The successful campaigns didn't come overnight, but rather are years in the making. A couple of the cornerstone pieces for both groups also happened to earn the title of Prep Athlete of the Week during their high school careers.
Waseca native Malik Willingham led the men's team in scoring and assists during his final season with the Mavs. Let's take a look back at our story on Willingham from 2018, where the playmaker recently passed the 1,000-point milestone in a Blue Jays uniform.
A lot of people like to talk about how good he is offensively, and you know, to our coaching staff, he's a lot of what we do defensively. You know, he is just a ball hawk. He's averaging 5 steals a game right now for us, and you know, in big games, he always seems to come away with the big rebound a lot of times, and he always wants to guard the other team's best player. And you know, when it comes down to practice and the defensive drills, he's always the one leading the talking and leading the clapping and making it an intense atmosphere.
Willingham brings an infectious attitude to every game. And once the guard is locked in, there's not a whole lot other teams can do to slow him down defensively or offensively.
I love doing it at home. I love hitting threes in front of the crowd because they all get hyped, and then the bench gets hyped, so that gets my energy going. And then I just start shooting more, and then hopefully they all fall in, and then the whole team just starts getting hyped, and then we all just keep doing our thing.
He does have a very fun personality, and that he does have great energy, and that's one thing about energy is that it's contagious. And you know, he's just an enjoyable kid who enjoys playing basketball and lives for the big moments on the basketball floor.
Every shot I put up, I feel like it's going to go in, or every pass I give it to, I feel like my teammates are going to shoot it and make it. So I have a lot of confidence in my teammates.
That confidence in his team is why Willingham's averaging over 7 assists a contest this season.
He's always had a good sense for being able to find the open guy, and that just comes from playing a lot of basketball and understanding the game, and you know, doing things at game speed so that when it happens during a game that he's ready to be able to make the play and be ready for the moment. And you know, he's got just an extraordinary amount of confidence and ability to be able to do some really fun things to watch.
The junior scored his 1,000th point in style earlier this month, putting up almost 40 against St. Peter.
My teammates give me the ball, and I just started shooting, and they all happened to go in. So it was just fun. It was a fun night. Got a lot of my family members came to watch that, so it was just awesome doing that in front of some of the people from Waseca.
We didn't think that he would go off, and he just had probably one of his best shooting nights of the year and ended up scoring 38. And you know, the most impressive part was he ended up having 9 assists with that 38 points too. So he wasn't going out of his way to go score that 1,000 points. He did it within the flow of our offense and did it as a team player.
And New Ulm native Joey Batt is the spark plug that gets the women's team going on both ends of the floor. As we rewind one more time, it's easy to see how the guard became a star in college.
I really value sharing the ball. I think assists are more important than scoring, honestly, because sharing the ball, getting my teammates involved is something that I really focus on, because I want us to play as a team, not just have one person out there.
Joey Batt is averaging more than 5 assists and almost 30 points per contest this season, while recently passing the 2,000-point mark for her career, a special milestone for her and father/Eagles head coach Brian Batt.
You think back, she started playing in 2nd grade. After 3rd grade, she wanted to quit because it was boring. and then, you know, look at her now. So it's fun to look back.
It's something I'll never forget for sure. My teammates help a lot with all this. My dad spent a lot of hours in the gym with me, so I'm thankful for that. And yeah, I don't know, it's kind of like hard to believe.
I've chased a lot of basketballs, and occasionally when I've offered too much advice, I've had to duck some basketballs that have been thrown my way. But you know, just a work ethic, and you know, she has some skills too. I mean, that helps too. But just always been willing to go to the gym and work.
Bat not only set the program record for career points, but also holds the all-city record after breaking 2,053 points, a mark set by MVL's Galen Holzheider. Next year, the elite scorer will take her talents close to home and suit up for the MSU Mavericks.
It's really important for me. I can come back and watch my siblings play. My parents can come watch me, and my family can come watch me whenever they want. And knowing that, like, it's been my dream to play at the next level for basketball, ever since I started in 2nd grade. So it's really special to me.
The rest is history, as they say. After the break, we'll take a look at how head coach Emily TC's aggressive scheme helped take MSU to the top of Division II.
And later, how a couple of buzzer beaters shaped the Mavericks' title run. You're watching Maverick Insider, the road to the championships.
Championship culture isn't something that comes easy. It takes time, commitment, and effort. The women's basketball program is no stranger to winning a national title. The group accomplished the feat back in 2009. Here's a look at how the current head coach took over a successful team and led it back to the title. MSU women's basketball head coach Emily TC's career with the Mavericks began back in the 2012-2013 season, with the program only a few years removed from winning a national title.
We realistically know that there's a national championship in this program's history, but that we also believe that we're going to get back there.
Recording more than 200 wins since taking over, TC and the Mavericks are regulars at the NCAA tournament, creating quite the buzz throughout the area.
It's just been so fun to see the kids that are coming up to our team and making signs and traveling to Sioux Falls to support our team and sending messages and all of those great experiences.
The team's exciting style of play is putting plenty of eyes on the Mavericks, a team that not only lights up the scoreboard, but is one of the top groups in the nation in steals.
When we miss a shot, we know our defense is right there, right when they get the rebound or whatever it is, and that's what we feel off of, is our defense.
Competing by the Maverick way leads to results in the left-hand column. But there's a greater purpose than hanging banners inside the Taylor Center. TC and the rest of the team want to keep elevating the game of women's basketball, which continues to garner more attention as each year passes.
To be on this side of seeing the interest, the excitement, the buzz that women's basketball has just grown astronomically is so rewarding. It's bigger than basketball. We have an opportunity to have a platform here to do something. I'm just so proud that these young women are representing MSU so well, but they are incredible role models.
Both programs accomplished many goals together. They both won regular season conference titles, took the NSIC postseason crown, along with Central Region championships and the national championships.
It's a rare accomplishment, and certainly the success of both programs helped Minnesota State shatter some attendance records inside the Taylor Center. Coming up after the break, how a couple of buzzer beaters shaped MSU's 2 national title runs. When it's March, legends are born. For Minnesota State's Elijah Hayskamp, his one and only year for the Mavericks resulted in a national championship.
The transfer from Truman State delivered on the biggest stage to put MSU through to the Elite Eight with a buzzer beater against national powerhouse Northwest Missouri State in the Central Region Championship. Here's more from Hayskamp on the shot heard around Mankato.
It was probably the best moment I've ever had playing basketball, and it's just a lot of emotions. I think I told my teammates I kind of blacked out after I just ran around and did all that crazy stuff. And then I don't think it fully hit me until the next day, what actually happened. And I had all friends and family hit my phone up. And it was just a cool moment and one that I'll remember forever.
Take me through kind of that entire play and how it transpired. I know Malik was saying that he told you ahead of time, be ready for this ball.
Yeah. So So they missed the free throw, and Malik did tell me that, but I was kind of expecting Malik or Justin or KEYC to take that last shot because that's who I would want to take that last shot. And they sent like 2 or 3 guys at Malik, and he made a very unselfish play and found me, and I just shot it up there and went in.
Just like Hayes Camp, Emily Herzberg came to the Minnesota State women's basketball program as a transfer after previously playing at South Dakota State.
The guard is also clutch, netting the go-ahead bucket with under a second to go in the Mavericks' Final Four matchup against Cal State San Marcos, putting MSU in position to take home its second national title in program history.
This is what Herzberg remembers about that special moment.
Coach kind of gave me the eye when I was inbounding it. You know, if my inbounder defense is sagging off of me, then I either have an open 3 or a wide open cut to the lane, and I happened to have a wide open cut to the lane. On the video, you could just see me screaming, "Nat, nat, nat," and Nat made a great pass, and yeah, hit me right in stride, and I had all the confidence. I had my teammates right behind me to go back and make that play. It's pretty easy layup if I could just find the rim.
Welcome back. Not 1, but 2 national titles for the city of Mankato to celebrate. The women's program claiming the crown with a dominant 89-73 victory over Texas Women's University.
And the men won in a thriller 88-85 over Nova Southeastern after Malik Willingham found little brother KEYC Willingham in the corner for a game-winning 3 with a little time left.
I knew the clock was winding down, but it's funny. I hear my teammates in the back, because they're right in front of them, and they were 3, 2, and I just heard them, and it's just like, that's like something you've been, like they were telling, I just let it go, and hitting the shot is just, in front of the bench was just awesome, and just seeing all those guys excited for me, it just made me happy.
Very fitting for KEYC to take that shot. He won a state title with Waseca, now a national champion along with his brother Malik.
A lot to celebrate after all those heart-stopping shots, and both teams needed a proper welcome home.
She's not even a sports fan and she's excited, but I'm super excited to be the national champions in 2 sports same year. It's just awesome. I'm so excited.
Exciting for the entire Mankato community to have the 2 national title teams. It's certainly a season this school will always remember. Now that the season is over, let's talk about some of our most memorable moments. For me, I go back to the men's team's first meeting with SMSU inside the Taylor Center. Early on in the season, first part of December, but the Mavericks closed it out late in the second half. It had a playoff feel and certainly a sign of what this team ended up doing all year by winning those close matchups.
For sure. And for me, some of the most memorable moments come from the women's team, just watching that defense play. I have never seen any defense like that before. I remember talking to Coach TC about it, just like wondering if that's always been the case here. So that really caught my eye, and comes to find out they played it all year long and it worked out for them.